guys, this is our Christmas vlog. So Merry Christmas, guys. We are going to run one errand and then come back and do a little bit of editing, some wrapping, and hopefully I've gotten everything that I need for Christmas. I have a few more stocking stuffers. I ordered all of Mom's stocking stuff. I ordered a few potential last minute gifts. Anything that I feel like I didn't nail the first time, I have a little bit of time to kind of tweak it and find the right thing before I need to give gifts to certain people. But I wanted to go ahead and get little odds and ends just to make sure that I was getting like the specific things that I knew that people wanted in their stocking stuffers. So we're gonna go pick that up. I hopefully can get in some movement today, and then this is kind of our Christmas slash let's get ready to rebrand and like have the best 2025 ever. Also, I just love these so much. How fun are these? Lip color. Was thinking it was a little bit too bright, but like right now with the way that my blush is popping, I'm quite happy about that. So we have some festive fun, some errands to run, and then we're gonna find a heating pad because it is that time of the month and the cramps are cramping. I don't actually know what's in here, to be honest. Been kind of collecting stuff. I have some stuff from Black Friday that I got. Maybe we'll do this in another vlog. I bought a bunch of mini perfume samplers, which would actually be a really great like Christmas gift for somebody who's looking for a nice new perfume. But the company that I got the samples from, there's like two that I tend to go for that do really good samples, especially of like luxury perfumes. And if you want to actually kind of wear it and test it with your body chemistry, but the one that I used the last time and got a bunch of them, all of the samples are like swipe, and so you can't actually get the full experience of like spraying it and wearing it on your body. But this little kit from Amazon is great, so we'll do that in the future. But I don't fully know what I got. I kind of threw things in a cart over a couple of days and then placed a drive-up order, feeling partially afraid that I wouldn't have everything that I wanted in time for, but there's still a few things coming and this will go live after, so I'm not too worried about it. I always build up our DVD collection. I am very old school in that way, and I just really like having DVDs. I'm very much somebody who's aware that like having too many options, but also having space away from the internet is essential. And with the way that we're kind of navigating all of the streaming platforms, it's nice to know that you can own things. So I watched Home Alone for last year for the first time. Had to buy it this year. Such a favorite. I don't think I'll need to wrap that. I'm pretty sure that we're up to season 4 in Yellowstone of what I bought Mom already. So this is going to go in her gifts. I might also give her Oppenheimer. I feel like she would like that. And then I got Polar Express from me. But as soon as I saw this 10, when they like handed me the bags, I just had this moment of that is way bigger than I thought. So I normally try to get some kind of assortment of things for Mom to nibble on depending on when she's off, because she works night shift. So stuff that she can have just as a little snack for while she's watching football games or kind of doing whatever cozy bits. And this is M&S, so my love of all things British in England has apparently made its way into Target, baked in Edinburgh. Which we also love a bit of Scotland, but the stag is also a big thing for our family. So I think she'll love just kind of everything to do with this situation. And then we went for Snowman Santa. I need to ask her where her stocking is. I have 2 here, and these will probably be for the pets. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to end up going. Some little Reese's holiday lights. I don't know how much of this you can see. Some like baby Nutellas. For Savannah's little gift basket situation, I'm deciding what I'm doing for her. They had a couple of holiday peeps. She loves a peep. I kind of went for the selection of the Reese's as well as some just like little junior mints, some peppermint crunch ones. Something if we do like a movie day at home, she'll have that. Hot cocoa bites. I was actually gonna put. I'm gonna do that in Savannah's bag. That was kind of what I was thinking would go there. Smart Sweets for me. And then another baby Nutella, which I thought would be fun. original plan for today was Pilates this morning. However, I knew that I wasn't going to want to go. I just had this feeling last night. We're at a point right now where I think I've finally gotten it, but I've been kind of trialing what my morning routine needs to look like on the days that I'm working versus the days that I'm off, and the days that like I need to get up and I want to give myself a little bit of time to kind of do what I need to do, but also to have a little bit of coffee, to have the kind of snack that I need in order to feel fueled for my morning workout. And this was a lot easier when I was just like team fast and go to the gym. But I've been trialing tweaking this for so long that I had one of those mornings like this morning where I tried something and it just took me out of that mental space. And I really like that like boost of just feeling really connected and like really motivated and really kind of empowered with it. I want to nail that routine because it's less of a I have to pull motivation. Like I don't want to have to lean too heavily into forcing myself to do things. If I can make it easier, and it's just kind of building those seamless blocks of like, okay, this makes me feel inspired and motivated and I'm really excited to go do my workout kind of a thing. So we tried that this morning and it didn't kind of vibe the way that I wanted it to. So we know that reading maybe isn't the vibe in the morning. I definitely think we're gonna kind of have to journal and then figure out what happens after that for like my breakfast component. Am I watching something? Am I listening to something? Might be like a podcast thing. We'll figure that out. But I am going to sit down, drink my coffee because I've had to do a mini reset. We're going to go for a run this morning, but mom just gave me my Christmas-ish gift, which is a new pair of UGG slippers. They're kind of standard for us. We buy a new pair every couple of years. These are like the go-to in our house. We've kind of done a few different variations. I think we've pretty much come back to these. I have a pair that are up top. I've had a pair that I've been wearing for years that are kind of like my driving ones. But this is the first time that I've had any kind of suede protection because I bought some for that like road dupe bag a couple months ago. And so I was gonna go ahead and spray these because what happens is Asher really likes to take shoes outside. He doesn't like to eat them, but he does like to take them to a place to let you know that that's where he wants your attention or that he wants to play or just whatever the case may be. So because I have this, I thought we would kind of go ahead and try it out. Directions: leather suede to be treated must be dry cleaned, free of dust, dirt, or grease. Before brush suede thoroughly, can hold 6 to 9 inches. Spray with sweeping motion. Do not soak the dry for 30 minutes. Okay, do I have a suede brush on this side of the house? Hold on. You can tell Olive is mad at Asher right now. Alright. I don't think these need much brushing. You guys probably saw me do this whenever I was resetting my closet for the fall, but you have the like two sides of this. I think this is a travel one we had in the Birmingham house. And then I'm going to put these on the floor and spray them. Yeah, noticeable. Like you can tell that there's kind of a light wet coat on the top, but hopefully they dry off and not be much of a issue. Whew, they are smelly. Alright, so I ordered as Christmas gift came in, but I'm not 100% sure that they're actually going to be the quality and the context of what I want to give people that are thinking about giving them to. And I don't like giving gifts if they're not actually helpful or useful or, you know, something worth giving to somebody to put in their house. So, let's do a quick peek and see. And if not, that means we're going to run errands today, but mom wasn't feeling well, so I think we'll do them tomorrow. And that just means that I can return these in the morning when I go pick up my Target order and buy something different if needed, or I can go ahead and wrap them. So I have two, and I haven't decided who's getting which one. This one is Organized Living. And I have friends who've moved into houses in the last few years that are still kind of sorting how they want to organize all of their stuff, and I thought this would be a fun way to kind of give them some creative options that also incorporate within the context of other stuff. This was scaring me for a second. I feel like this might have better options than I was thinking for some of the spaces like the pantry and for the garage. Some of it just feels kind of basic or not as exciting, but there are a few things where it feels like it would be a fun way to kind of make it a little bit cleaner or just give kind of an inspired look to certain sections. I have a friend who's building closets in the new year, so I do think that this will actually go really well for her. My plan was to give this one and the other one to her to give her some kind of inspiration. And then we have home therapy. I think this is going to be perfect. I think these are going to be exactly what I thought. These also have home organization in them, so it might be a little bit of duplicating, but hopefully it'll give them, honestly, like, look at that laundry room. I think it'll give some good inspiration for spaces that are just kind of blank walls in her house right now that are looking to do things in. But definitely like the closet, stuff like that. I know that that's big on their task list, and I know she's watching this, and I know that she knows that I'm talking about her. So yes, I feel like this is some really good inspiration. Oh, I really like that bath. So perfect. That is one gift sorted. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to Mom's list, but those were kind of the two things that I thought would go in her gift. And actually, it's like 3 days early. I didn't think I was actually going to get those in until Christmas Eve, but they're here. And then the other thing that just came in is I bought 2 more things of the Flamingo body hair removal cream. I think Claire mentioned this on a TikTok a couple of months ago, and I picked it up and I used it the other day because I ran out of my shaving gel, and I actually really like it. I think it's really great for if you have areas that are a bit more sensitive. I tend to find that I need to use like a really sharp razor and a really fresh razor if I want to avoid any kind of bumps in certain areas, but sometimes I still end up with nicks, and you just need something that's going to be reliable and it's going to leave you without any issues. This is great for that. I still need to kind of fully finesse using it, but I went ahead and picked up 2 more just to kind of keep on hand for any of those more sensitive areas if I just need to make sure that I'm absolutely bump free for a shoot, that I don't want to have any like razor burn or any other issues. This is just kind of covering my bases for that in the new year. I just want to make sure that for any of the content that I'm dreaming of creating, that I am prepared ahead of time for that. But actually really excited about this. I don't know that I love this one as much, but I do think this is definitely worth it. It's really, really pretty. There's just a lot of gorgeous stuff inside of here. And I'm definitely somebody who really appreciates a bit more of like Parisian style and more European kind of styling. And this isn't too minimalistic, but I do feel like this is definitely more, I want to say more American. I just feel like you don't see this kind of styling in other countries, but it's still, or maybe Australian too. It's not absolutely boring. I feel like a lot of builder grade homes don't have a lot of personality anymore. And this has quite a bit of just fun ways to do things in a way that I think that she will actually enjoy. So we'll link that down below. I am really very tight in this fur coat, but I love her so much. We're going to do some festive errands, give mom some time to feel kind of festive because she was working night shift all month. We haven't gotten to do anything kind of Christmassy, so I did place a couple of orders for pickup, so we'll do all of that this morning. I have a mini Sephora haul to show you. I bought the red Dior lip that everybody was obsessed with last year. I feel like I just never ended up getting it. I kept telling myself to get it, and I was looking at my collection like a month or two ago, just thinking I really feel like I don't have the reds that really cover the bases that I want to cover. So this is the one that we're picking up along with some more skincare bits, and then we have like a Target order. I will show you the cutest little crop that I picked up, a few other bits and bobs, and then hopefully I want to get a juice glass from Anthropologie, the ones that like everybody has on TikTok. Partly because I just want to make that like a matcha a part of my morning routine, and I know that if I have a fun glass it will like entice me to do so. So we'll pick everything up and see what kind of festive fun we can get into on a Sunday morning. I'm so happy for any excuse to wear this coat though. I love her so much, and there's only so many days I get to wear her when I'm not traveling at home, so I will take all of them. This is probably one of the most dangerous stores we could start our day in. Oh yeah. Do you want a full set? Well, look at how scratched up that one is on top though. I feel like if we want to actually be able to really keep them clean and nice, we need to get a stainless steel set where it's not gonna do. It's so stunning.
Okay. Yeah, let me just get, it's like multiple streams. Okay, pull it up.
I really just want to start drinking all of my wines out of the exact right glass. Look at all the options. Stunning. I don't feel like I normally come out shopping right before Christmas because it is the 22nd and there's not that many stores open, but there's quite a few people in Sonoma. We got the goods. Now we're off to Anthropologie. Pretty. I know, I really like it. It's kind of hard to tell because it's like sitting on my coat. I also feel like maybe I can't push it back either. Guys, we got the hat. I just love how spacious this store is. There's not like 2,000 things on top of each other. Oh, look at all the pillows. That was on the list, you are correct. Look at all the ornaments. We went to Pottery Barn to have our first full mirror shot of the outfit today. So I just took a little break and came to the car. I think I may need to go rescue mom. She didn't think she was finding anything, and now she's been in there for probably 15 minutes since I walked out. We made it to Pottery Barn. That's kind of the last store in this stretch that we wanted to do. Like I said before, I very much underestimated the amount of people that were going to be out today, and we're going over to the Distant Commons next, which is like even more stores. It's kind of, if you've ever been in this area, there's like 3 different groupings of stores that offer all of the things. This one has Lululemon and Anthropologie, so there's that kind of group that's coming in here, and then you have the Outlet Mall, which I won't be going to this year. Every now and again we go to that. It's not as big of a thing for us. I feel like the quality's a bit hit and miss and just not the same, because we know when I was younger it used to be a big thing, but now that I'm older it's not my favorite as much. We also didn't have as easily accessible internet shopping then, because that's how old I am. But We're gonna pop over to the Commons, which has absolutely everything, which means it's probably gonna be absolutely chaotic. And what I want to do is to just get my pickup order and go. I'm getting to that point where I'm starting to feel a little bit weak. So I think if I get some food, I'll have a little bit more stamina. But I'm also thinking about like the other things that I need to be doing when we get home later today. And, you know, I don't know that I mentally prep myself to do a long day of shopping. Honestly, though, I will be very surprised. I'm a little worried she's gonna buy something that's heavier than she can carry and I need to go help her. But I guess we'll see. And if she needs my help, she can call me. She is a grown woman. She does have that ability. But my stomach is now growly. So let's do a little digging on my Telefono and see what I can find that will be a good food option. Because it's Sunday, which means a lot of places that are like my backup are not open today. We have a nice little quick change before we run our next set of errands. And also, I really absolutely need some kind of something on my lips. I was going to do a little try on of the new to me Dior Red, but my lips are so dehydrated. I think I just ate a bunch of that. But gonna go pick up my Target order and everything else because I need to get mom home so that she could sleep. And then I am on cat aunt duty, checking on Cinder. So I've prepped my little iPad so I can go sit and hang out with her for a bit and do some planning for the new year. I saw this journal prompt in a podcast episode that was like in my feed. Sometimes when I don't want to listen to a full podcast episode, but I like the concept, I'll go in and I love that Apple does the transcripts out at the bottom so I can just see what I actually want out of it without needing to give somebody else like 20 minutes of my time. If I need like 3 minutes to read what it is, I love that. It makes my life easier. So I'm gonna do that while I hang out with her for a little bit and then get back here and hang out with the dogs. I wasn't anticipating for today to be as busy, but it's also one of those days that like we're just kind of here, there, everywhere, and then the car journey to get to Destin takes a little bit of time. But I'm very much looking forward to doing a very full everything shower tonight, to wash my hair, to do my face, to put on some new skincare, to kind of luxuriate, and to use my new wine glass. I really am very excited about that. So Cinder has sufficiently been cuddled for a nice little hour and I introduced her to Bridgerton. But now we're gonna do a little quick trip to Ulta. I did not check the app and I realized that I'm also completely out of the Pureology purple shampoo. I've tried all of the purple shampoos over the years and it's kind of just the best one that there is. So we're gonna do a quick pop in there because Lauren was kind enough to leave me a little gift card for checking in on Cinder, and also there's some kind of 20% discount code going on in the Ulta app. I need to be better about checking the Ulta app more consistently because, you know, I don't always see it in the emails and it sneaks right on by. So let's go get my favorite shampoo and then go home and take the most luxurious shower and just take care of all the things. I feel like I need a little pampering tonight. I want to do a quick little haul because I got more than I thought I did. I've also placed some orders ahead of time. So what we shopped today versus what I bought ahead, not the same thing, but I feel like we have things to talk about. Okay, so I'm gonna start from the Target and we'll kind of go from there. So this is what I was the most excited about. So we know that I've kind of talked about the fact that I just want to take a little space to work on healing my relationship with my body in the new year, but also just kind of letting myself mold my body into my dream body, which means at the point that I'm at right now, I don't really want to buy a lot of new clothes. It doesn't feel like it's most supportive for me, especially because I know that the body that I'm in right now isn't the healthiest version of myself, but I do have just a big gap in like my actual winter wardrobe. I knew you were gonna come in. Hi, bub. Big gap in like the shoes and the tops department, but there was this super cute, and like you can kind of see it a little bit better. I'm gonna try to get it in the light for you. A little cropped kind of button up from Target. So very excited about this. Was absolutely unexpecting something like this. This is honestly giving like J. Crew styling. I was very, very surprised to see this on the Target website and to see that it was in stores. I also ordered one of the sweaters because I do like their kind of more seasonal sweaters as like a good little cropped option. They just add a little bit of fun. Asher's decided now is the time of the day where he needs to rub his face on the floor, so we're just gonna let him do that. But very excited about that. We'll probably style that maybe over the next few days. I'm not 100% sure, but we have her as an option. We love that. order some Go Macro bars. I'm kind of toying with, and this will just be a part of my process, what I actually need in order to feel the most energized before my workouts in the morning, like what kind of breakfast, how much of a breakfast. And these are a nice option for a little bit of protein, but also a little bit of sugar, where it's not too much of one side, and it gives me like a good option that's just already in the pantry all the time. I love Go Macro for that. It's just been one of my go-tos for years, and kind of finding that balance where I get a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of sugar and carb to kind of support my body, but also I have the option to have a little bit of protein. So went for the peanut butter chocolate chip this time because that was what is available at Target. Let's go for the beauty products, and then honestly, I'm really excited about the Anthropology. I was not expecting that Lauren was going to be so gracious and gifting me something to go check on Center. Like, I absolutely would have done it for free. I told her that she did not need to give me anything at all to go hang out with her cat and drink Prosecco on her couch and watch Bridgerton. Like, that is totally a fine vibe for me. But I am out of, or almost out of, my cleansing balm, as well as I kind of don't love the purple shampoo I have. It's like the emergency of the emergency of the emergency. So I picked up a thing of the Elemis cleansing balm. I know everybody talks about this, but I actually haven't tried it in a while. So I'm not super sold on any particular cleansing balm. And this is one of those that I tend to rotate through. I tend to just try to find ones that I really like, honestly. As long as it removes my makeup, I'm okay, because I know that I'm going to go on with a second cleanse. And if my eye makeup's being stubborn, which it normally kind of is, I find that the Garnier like waterproof micellar water is the best at getting my lashes clean. So this doesn't have to be bougie for me, but I had the opportunity because there was a 20% Ulta gift card, or 20% Ulta kind of coupon. So we're trying her out. I have never tried the I'm not even gonna try it. We're gonna say wrong words. But I haven't tried this purple shampoo. I said earlier that I've tried a ton, but I haven't tried this one. I thought it was on sale. Wasn't on the sale that I thought it was, but we're still excited to give it a go. And then of course it is a pamper night, and I will live and breathe the Pacifica sheet masks forever. I've literally traveled the world with them. They always end up in my bag. I love them so much. They're absolutely worth it. I normally have a handful on hand at any given time, but it's just the thing that like really soaks into my skin. I notice such a big difference with those whenever I use them, and I always carry them when I travel, especially because I live in a humid climate. So I have dry skin and I live in a humid climate, so whenever I travel outside of it, it's honestly very noticeable very quickly. Having one of those on hand all the time helps me tremendously. I placed 2 Sephora orders, one of which was things that weren't going to be available in store, so we shipped those, and it's a couple of things that I saw in somebody's TikTok video doing their hair. She had great volume. It looks so voluminous. I'm very excited about it. So I'll show you those when they come out. We can kind of test them. And then Tatcha relaunched or launched another version of their vitamin C serum. We know I love it. We know it's my favorite. I was very much toying with trying a new brand for skincare this time, and I just thought maybe we won't risk it. So I'm excited to try that and see if it still lives up to the hype for me. But I was able to put quite a few things in the cart to pick up today. Of course. I've been using this for the last 6 years. She is just always there, always going to be there, always in my life forever, and always that kind of love. I did pick up the Hourglass concealer. I've yet to try this concealer. I've been using my Giorgio Armani ones for maybe over a year. I've had them for quite a while, and we're getting to the point where I have to. They're kind of running low. I thought we'd try something a little bit different, and we'll test it out tomorrow. It might be too dark. That might be a vibe, but we'll test it out tomorrow and see if I need to navigate the return situation for that. And then I also picked up a Summer Fridays Rich Cushion Cream Ultra Pulling Moisturizer. My skin has felt very dry recently, and I know that there's a few different tweaks that I want to try for this, but I do feel like the moisturizers that I'm using, I don't know if they're thick enough, and that could be all in my head because I do tend to have a few dry spots on my hands, and I try to judge how well my moisturizer is actually performing by how like intense those dry spots are on my hand, because it's the same stuff going here and here. We'll see how this goes. The spot that I normally get right here that's kind of a bit more dry, it's a bit more callousy, is a little bit softer with the skincare that I have been using, but at the same time it still doesn't feel like enough. I think I want it to be more. I ordered a tracking water bottle off of Amazon for myself for the new year, and that's something that like you can hook it to Bluetooth and as you drink your water, it can help you track how much. I feel like I'm not consistent with making sure that I'm staying on track with my goals for water, and so I want to obviously increase that because I know that that's a thing. So hopefully that combination will solve any of the dry skin issues, but at the same time I really was interested in trying this because I feel like the cream riche are always kind of the vibe for if you're really feeling really dehydrated, and all of the brands make them in some capacity. But the one thing that I'm the most excited about, but also I just had this moment of like, I love a bougie thing. We know I love a bougie thing. I've never been shy about loving a bougie thing. But then every now and again, I will think about like, how many tanks of gas could I have purchased with this like one item that I just bought? And some of them I'm like, was that worth it? Does it like carry the vibes that I want it to? Does it perform the same way? I try to think about that in the terms of, I know this is my job and I'm trying a lot of stuff and I'm using a lot of things, and I'm aware that at everybody's different price point, expensive feels different, but this is one of those where I'm just like, this feels like a big ask for such a small product, but I'm really still very excited about it, honestly. I'm really hoping it lives up to the hype. I find that I do really well. The Kylie Jenner, is it Mary Jo? Okay, is that the lip? I love that one because it's got a nice blue undertone, but I wanted to try the Dior Rouge for forever, so we will give her a nice solid go maybe a little bit later. Yeah, I want to make sure the lips are like cleansed and like nicely scrubbed, but I'm very excited about that. Sonoma with one specific goal, and that was that I wanted to get a Pinot Noir wine glass, which I have purchased and already washed and am now currently using, and it is the biggest glass of my, look at that, like just look at that. I did go into Pottery Barn after and I thought, you know, I probably could have waited till I got here because this was quite an investment, but it's one of those things that I know that I will feel so fabulous every time I do this. And even right now, I know that I would like to move in the next year or so, so I'm trying to be very mindful about how much stuff I'm actually collecting, and I would like to invest in like proper kind of collections of stuff that I really enjoy later on. So I don't mind having a glass here and there. I think the last like kind of wine glass that I had that was this shaped ended up breaking somehow. So this is one of those slow investments for me. But honestly, I'm really loving it so far. I feel like it's just a fun experience, and I actually Instacarted some more wine. So let's double check that all good in the hood there. Yep, nope, we're good. They're heading to the store. So, but this is massive. I don't know that you need a glass this big. I also don't know that it's necessarily the thing for everybody to pay as much as you would pay for this one singular glass. Because again, it was one of those where I was like, am I really about to? Like, this is my luxury treat for myself for like Christmas, but at the same time, she is a very bougie kind of moment. But the other thing, Mom got a couple of things at Sonoma. That just fell over, and let me take out my Pure because she needs, yeah, she was dead. She needs recharge. Mom got this giant candle thing, but it's so cute. I mean, look at her. Of course, this will be one of the things that you burn down, then we get to use in a different way. I'm not really sure what this scent is though. It smells really lovely. It's not too piney and it's not too cinnamony, but it kind of falls somewhere in the middle of that. I think I'll just set this over here very gently, and then I will put it on the table for Mom. I also picked up some of the peppermint bark. I think they have like their own version of little peppermint patties and the pretzels, because normally she ends up taking some kind of something to work for, you know, they have their festive night parties. So that's exciting. I will let you know how those taste, because if they don't eat them all, she'll bring them home. But I think you guys will like this, and I was excited that she bought this. She doesn't have a Brumate. She's very much still the Stanley kind of girl. So Mom put this in the cart for herself, and it's just a fun little Brumate moment. I have a Hydro Flask and a Brumate, and I like them both. Different kind of quirks with each of them depending on like what you utilize in your everyday life. We use some really big ice cubes, and it makes the Brumate kind of challenging to use for me because they don't work in here. The straw in the center doesn't really work with the size of the ice cubes, but I do really like the seal part. It just takes a little bit of time. Like, it can take a minute to kind of loosen it to where it's not too challenging, but this is such a fun little moment, and that came from Anthropologie. Of course, we bought the hat. I really wasn't sure about the hat. I honestly felt like it was one of those things where I looked at it and I was kind of in the mood for a hat, and at the same time I thought, this feels like one of those things that if I don't buy it, I'm gonna regret it later. I don't think I'll get like a ton of use out of it. I think it'll be something that I will utilize for many years, but it'll have really specific occasions. But also, I didn't realize this when we were buying it, it's got UPF protection on it, so that means that I can wear it whenever we go out in the sun. It'll be a nice beach hat and just kind of keep me protected. Plus it's a little sparkly. I do find sometimes my pieces for Anthropologie can lean a little too trendy, and that doesn't really help me in cultivating a wardrobe that I can wear for a lifetime. This feels like one of those that falls in the middle of all the things, but like I will still love it and utilize it for years. And also I have nothing in my stocking. I was responsible for filling everybody else's stocking in the house, so I think mom just felt bad that like I had nothing and I didn't really want anything for my stocking besides the one other thing that I got, this in this bag. And then picked up a set of hair clips because mom has been stealing my large ones for a while now. And then of course, the thing that I was most excited about, I literally went in today and I was like, I'm a fashion girly, but I just wanted glasses. I wanted my wine glass from Williams Sonoma, and then I wanted a juice glass, which is what we got from Anthropologie. I went and checked online ahead of time to kind of see which ones they had available, and the one I ended up getting was the cherry one. I'm trying not to collect a lot of stuff. It's in my kind of goal at the beginning of the year to go through anything I have from my last apartment, anything that was kind of purchased for me and maybe I didn't really know my style yet, anything that I've kind of just collected, and to kind of get rid of all of the stuff that I don't want to take into the next place with me. But this is honestly so nice and chunky. I want to get in the habit of making an iced matcha in the morning. I know that I will feel a little bit better if I can manage my caffeine consumption in a different way, and this just kind of inspires me to do so. But also, if I don't do that, it also gives me the ability to have a nice little electrolyte combo in the morning to keep me extra hydrated. So that was a lot of words and that was a big haul, but I am going to take a minute to kind of chill out. I do want to do, like I said, the full everything shower, but I'm trying to like mentally prep myself for that. But also I placed this Instacart order, so I need to kind of be aware of that. So we're going to keep drinking some wine. I am watching a little bit of Remy's Vlogmas. I'm very behind on everybody's Vlogmases this year. And we're just going to have a bit of a cozy evening and try to put everything away. The room has kind of gone into pile central and a bit of chaos this week. So I think I want to try to reset before we get back into it tomorrow, because my hope for myself is that I work a little bit Monday, a little bit Tuesday, we have all of Wednesday off, and then we'll kind of see if I maintain the things that are on the calendar for the end of the week. I think we might reschedule a few things, but we're also just taking a little bit of time to really just soak in what I want to take into the new year and what I want to release. Like, that is the biggest thing for me this week, is to give myself that space so that I'm going into 2025 like fully just freshly ready and clear and zooming towards the goals, the way that we want to be zooming towards our goals.